Hey church family, so we have another announcement about our services this Sunday. It seems like these days we have to be flexible week to week, but we have lots of experience doing that because we have been being flexible for an entire year now, just a little bit more. So anyway, where things are at this week is that current regulations are that we have 30 people plus volunteers in each of our services. And that means that we will open up another service so that we can make sure there's room for everybody who wants to come to in-person. So this coming Sunday, we have services at 8:45, 10:30, and 12:15 in person, and online as well, live streaming online. And then we also have our 6 p.m. service live streaming online. We'd love you to go on to the registration page, victorymj.com/reopen, and register yourself there so that you can come in person if you're able to come in person. If you're not able to come in person for whatever reason, we totally understand that, and we love having you join us online as well. Please make sure that you continue to be committed to coming every Sunday and being a part of our services one way or another. Let's keep following Jesus together. Let's keep doing what God calls us to in His Word, to gather, to worship, to hear His Word, to encourage each other, to do all those wonderful things that God has called us to do. So we'll keep on pressing on, and I want to just thank you all for continuing on in God, continuing on in love, and so on. And I couldn't leave you with an announcement without sharing just a quick devotional with you as well. So Pastor Barry on Sunday shared a fantastic message with us, and if you haven't heard it yet, I'd really encourage you to go back and listen to it. But he shared about really just our intimacy with God, that God is calling us into a love relationship with Him. And Pastor Barry shared from my favorite verse in all the Bible, Psalm 27, verse 4. It says this: "The one thing I ask of the Lord, the thing I seek most, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in His temple." One translation says, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord. And of course, the text isn't talking about being in a temple anymore. It's talking about being in the presence of God. And I want to just encourage you to press into God's presence. And if you have some time today or tomorrow, sometime this week, read through Psalm 27, because in Psalm 27, the psalmist is struggling. He's battling with his own emotions. He's battling with his own internal journey. He's trying to figure out, how do I have a good attitude, and how do I deal with the trials and the struggles and the suffering and the questions that I'm having? And he's fighting his way through it by pressing into God's presence, like you heard in that verse. And here's another verse from Psalm 27, verse 8. It says, "My heart has heard you say, 'Come and talk with me.' And my heart responds, 'Lord, I am coming.'" Isn't that great? God, I hear you calling me to you. Not to run to the television, not to run to Facebook, not to run to the internet, not to run anywhere. God, I'm going to come into your presence. And then I love how this psalm ends. Verse 13, it says, "Yet I'm confident." So he's talking about all the trials. And then he says, "Yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living." Somehow, some way, I'm confident because God's word is true. No matter what my circumstances look like, no matter what everything else is shouting at me, I am confident I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Verse 14 is the last verse. "Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord." And I think David here is telling himself that. Come on, self. Come on, heart. I know you're down. I know you're discouraged, but you're going to seek God's presence. You're going to see the goodness of God in the land of the living in your lifetime. You're going to see it. You're going to see answers to prayer. You're going to see miracles. You're going to see God at work in your own life and other people's lives. Even on days when you don't feel like it, you have to remind yourself of that and then say, hey, self, be brave, be courageous, wait patiently for God. He will come through. Love you guys, and just wanted to share that word with you, but God bless, and we're looking forward to seeing you Sunday, whether in person or online. Thanks.